Hi, Dave Solberg, Managing Editor of the RV Lifestyle and Repair Club. And I have a new product here that I'm really excited about. It's called SoftStartUp from the SoftStart USA company. Now, we did have a version of this earlier, and what this does is it actually reduces the high amp draw that you get when you initially start up an air conditioner in the RVs. Sometimes we did an actual test on those, and they were running 46 amps at initial startup, and it's so fast it doesn't trip the breaker on a 30 amp service, but it does weaken the capacitors. It is going to eventually do some damage to your air conditioner, and it also we see where it will leak some voltage that will turn off an internet signal or mess with the TV and so forth. So what this is, it's got a thermistor inside. It's going to drop down that amp draw initially to about 18 amps is what we found on that. Now, the older product, you had to get up, put it inside the air conditioner, and we got a lot of feedback that said, hey, we just want something that'll plug and play. And that's what this will do here. This is called the SoftStartUp, and we've got the 50 amp version here. So this is your typical pedestal at a campground. You would have your 50 amp here where you have L1 and L2, both of them are 50 amp, 120 volts. You would have the 30 amp here, and this is the typical 20 amp, very similar to what you would have in a garage. Now, one of the big challenges, and I see this all the time, is people want to bring their RV to their house. They want to plug it in the garage, on the driveway, get it ready to go. They're going to go visit their kids, so they stay out and they plug into that outlet that is in the house. Well, that's a 20 amp outlet. Imagine that you start drawing 46 amps every time that air conditioner cycles. That could cause some damage. You could have some trouble. So that's what's so nice about this. It allows you to run 2 roof air conditioners at the same time. If they both cycle up on a 30 amp service, you can run 1 air conditioner on a 20 amp at home, and it will not do any damage to that outlet or to that system. So the way it works, this is the 50 amp, and we're going to plug this in. And we're into a 50 amp service, and then you would naturally do this here. So now you're able to do the entire L1, L2 on this unit here. And if you want to go to a 30 amp service, you have a step down. So this would be a 50 amp to a 30 amp, and it's in this version, so we're able to do both, the 50 amp RVs out there and the 30 amp RVs. Now, if you are got a 50 amp service in your RV and you want to use this on a 30 amp in a campground, we're going to take this, and it comes with this adapter. We would plug that in and plug this in, and now keep in mind, you do only have 30 amps, but with this system, you know, it shows right in here, we're able to do 2 air conditioners with a 3,000 watt generator. We can do 2 air conditioners with the 30 amp service, and then be able to plug it in. Now, if you are using a surge protector as well, I've got this question. People say, well, okay, is this a surge protector? It is not. It is a high amp draw reduction unit. It's not a high voltage or low voltage like you would see your normal Southwire or other ones. So this one you can still plug it in to here. Now this happens to be a 30 amp version. So what if I want to go 30 amp here? And what I like about this too is we're going to shut that off. And people say, well, I've got a 30 amp service and this has a 50 amp plug-in. I like using the 50 amp at the campground because the 30 amp, now here's our typical shoreline cord. We plug into one. Now this is a brand new one, hardly ever used, but you see it gets a little sloppy sometimes in here. This 50 amp is a little more industrial, so I typically like to go with the 50 amp. I'll put this here. And then do a reducer like this. So now I'm down to my 30 amp cord here as well, and I'm able to use my surge protector or do the smaller travel trailers that are just 30 amp, and I've got a good solid connection, and it will just give me 30 amps in here as well. I can use it at home. I can use it in case of an emergency. If I have a generator that I want to plug in at home, it's going to do that surge every time it cycles. So this is a great product to have. SoftStartUp, a product from SoftStart USA. Go here to get more information or to order yours today, and make sure you keep your RV electrical system safe.